Good evening and welcome everybody to the regular Gilbert Council meeting of Tuesday, September 8th, 2020. It's at 6:40 p.m. By the time we got all our technical things together, I'll have the roll call, please.
Councillor Skenzich?
Here.
Councillor Leone?
Here.
Mayor Oberstar?
Here.
Let the record show Councillor Pullis is absent with notice, and Councillor Robich was going to attempt to call in, so I will ask Councillor Robich, are you joining us via Zoom? Councillor Robich, are you able to join us via Zoom? Mayor, Councillor Robich is absent with notice.
All right, thank you. We have established a quorum with 3 councillors. Thank you, clerk. And could everybody help me with the standing for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, we have one addition to the agenda tonight. Is by our Public Works Director, Sam Lotiger, would like us to consider expenditure of $1,267 for some door at the water plant. I believe the clerk, you talk about it.
Yes, Mayor. That is for 2 doors to be reconfigured at the water plant and some thresholds. So it's part of the ongoing safety improvements we're making out there.
All right, safety improvement project we're doing out there, okay. So, Council, what you wish to add this to the agenda, please make a motion.
I'll make a motion to add it.
I'll second it.
Motion by Councillor Skenzich, supported by Councillor Leone to add the 2 doors by Shank Constructors Incorporated at a $1,267 grand total at our water plant as per recommended by our Public Works Director, Sam Lotiger. Any more discussion? Councillor Skenzich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councillor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye. Motion carries 3-0. All right, we have improved minutes of previous meetings. Starting off with the August 25th, 2020 City Council working session. Hopefully everybody had a chance to review them over the weekend. I've reviewed them and looking all in order.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Motion by Councillor Skenzich, supported by Councillor Leone to approve the August 25th, 2020 City Council working session minutes. Any more discussion? Councillor Skenzich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councillor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye. Motion carries. Next, we have the August 25th, 2020 regular City Council meeting minutes. Again, hopefully everybody got a chance to review them over the weekend. I have, and we have one modification. Everybody got a new set of minutes this evening. Hopefully you had a chance to look at that. Other than that, I think it's all in order.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Moved by Councillor Skenzich, supported by Councillor Leone to approve these minutes. No discussion, no corrections, deletions. Councillor Skenzich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councillor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye. Motion carries 3-0. Councillor Robish is still not on board, right? All right, so we're done with the minutes. Any public input? Anybody in the audience tonight or on Zoom or on telephone have anything they wish to discuss with the council other than what's on the agenda tonight? Is there anybody, Deputy Clerk Sandra, anybody on a phone or on Zoom? What, you got a bad mic there?
Anybody present via Zoom who would like to?
Nobody in the council chambers here and nobody on Zoom and nobody on phone, right? All right, we'll continue on with the meeting. Reports by mayor and council. I'll switch it up. I'll go first tonight. First of all, I want to say to Sam and the Public Works that I need to extend a thank you from resident Bob Vessel. Wanted me to publicly thank you and the crew that came out on, I think it's on a weekend when one of the boulevard trees fell down on his vehicle. And you guys took care of it in a very fine and quick fashion. And he wanted me to make sure I extended that thank you in public. And I have, and thank you for you and Bruce, I believe, and whoever else came out that weekend and took care of that situation. Thank you. And Mr. Vessel is very appreciative too. Other thing I want to say is we had a good audit report. This is prior to this meeting given to us by our firm, Walker, Giroux and Hani. A great audit report for year 2019. Anybody in the city of Gilbert who wish to review that report, you probably could find it at the library or come on in and ask the city clerk to take a look at it. We will have minutes on that report in the next couple of weeks. Also, I want to thank the city of Gilbert for their patience. We have a lot of projects going on right now. Main Street, sewer and water streets, and there'll be a few avenues we're going to be started working on. We at the water towers we're working on, painting inside and out, and all kinds of other maintenance going on up there. And shortly, I believe the substation will be replaced before winter yet too. So we have a lot of projects going on. And thank you for your patience for all the construction zone things obstacles you have to go around. So thank you for your patience, and hopefully by this time, well, maybe not this time, but on Halloween next year, we'll be all done. So for a little while. Other than that, I have no other things to report. And Councilor Skez, that's you.
I have nothing for this meeting.
All right. All right. Thank you, Councilor Leone.
Not at this time.
Okay, thank you. And again, I just ask one more time to let me know when Councilor Robish has joined us, okay? And if not, so I don't want to omit her, all right? All right, let's move on to reports by staff, boards, and commissions. City attorney, we have our city attorney on virtual.
Yes, Colleen Kozlucher's here. Can you hear me?
All right, Colleen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm filling in for Mr. Patney this evening, and there's no formal report from the city attorney at this time.
All right, Colleen. All right. All right, only, anybody have any questions for Colleen? I just want to pass on to Colleen, to pass on to Brian that we need to speed up the hearing on the situation of the Cedar Island Drive, folks out in Cedar Island Drive to hook up to the city sewer line.
Okay.
I think I've heard some report that I'm not too happy with, that we need to speed up them hearings and get those remedies to fix, to get these people hooked up to our sewer line quicker than I thought. COVID or not, we have to find a way with COVID to get them in here 6 feet apart or whatever.
Right.
Well, let's get that process going. And also the I&I process, if possible, with the inspections going on of I&I. If we can get working with the Water and Light Board to get that going. I think, I don't know if we approved that I&I situation yet. Did we approve that? Clerk?
Yes, the inspections were delayed because of the COVID.
So if city council's obligations are all done, we have approved all of those things. We just, I think, need to get the hearing going. So
Okay.
I think the city of Gilbert is going to take care of that. I mean, the council is going to do the hearing, or is Water and Light Board going to do the hearing? Council has to do that hearing.
Right.
Council has to do that hearing. So let's get that going, because it's imperative that we get those folks hooked up to sit and off of their, I don't know, they got to hook up to the city sewer line. It's been 2010, and we're in 2020. It can't go on any longer.
I'll relay that to Mr. Lindsay, Mayor.
I thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, other than all the other paperwork's been reviewed by Brian, the bond issue papers and the sanitary sewer issue papers, the transfer of the name, all that's, everything is in order there. All right.
Okay.
All right, thank you. I hate to say, maybe we're gonna have to keep you with us for a while. Okay?
Okay.
All right. City Engineer John Jamnick.
A few updates, a couple of agenda items here. One on the phase 2 project that the council awarded last council meeting, we have a pre-construction meeting scheduled for tomorrow, 7 o'clock at City Hall there. And that's with Consolidated Bituminous and his subcontractors. Kind of get their schedule and what they're looking at getting done between now and freeze up in October. And coordinate their work with what MinDOT's doing, so. I think the schedule is for tomorrow at 11 o'clock. The second item was, I did get quotes on the campground office building. I was expecting a second one today, but I only have one. Emailed it to Jim. This is to replace the roof on the office building. I don't know, should we wait for the second quote to come in? I mean, it's within budget. I mean, at least we can talk about less than 20,000, but I was hoping to get a second one. We don't have to.
We can wait one more meeting, at least one more meeting, that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, and then on the cemetery update, we're just finalizing our phase 1 assessment of the property that south of the existing cemetery, for those who do that. part of due diligence on the acquisition of that property. I don't know if there's any other updates on that. On the old land or land swap or anything.
Well, we need, first of all, the recommendation by you, once you do this phase one, that there's no liability inherited to the city of Gilbert in this property if after acquisition, okay? And then, is it of good use to the city? We don't need a design of a cemetery in there. We don't need a design of a residential area in there. We just need, is it good or bad for the city of Gilbert to acquire? That's all we need. And after that, we can get negotiations going with the property owner. And then we need to discuss the property the city does have over there. Even though there's no money involved, it's still giving a piece of land away for a piece of land, and that takes 4/5 of the council, even though there's no money involved. So then after you give us that recommendation, if it's good or not good, then we'll go from there and we'll start talking, committee, maybe myself and all staff and John, with the other property owner to see, and Brian, to see, to get the paperwork done. And council should hopefully chime in and let us know, are they willing, at that time, willing to swap this piece of land after they hear the benefit here. And I personally, I'm in what I know right now, that it is a good piece of land to swap. I'm all for it right now, unless there's something comes forward and says some piece of information that could change my mind yet, but right now I don't see any. So I'm all positive thinking on this right now, so. You can, well, how long before this phase one? Yeah.
I hope to have it done by the end of next week or for the next meeting.
Okay. That council is to determine if there's any liabilities.
They do, there's a company which is gonna do a assessment of history of property and any potential.
Underground tanks or any liability.
The next, just another item, we did evaluate, look at the alley north of, on the other side of the highway, we'll call it North Broadway Alley. And sent Jim on a cost estimate to rebuild that alley. Basically, it's about 650 feet long. With a subcut and rebuild it, it's about $87,000.
Whoa. 87,000?
Well, it's going to be a subcut and put it back. And it's a heavy truck piece on it. Provide Jim with the cost.
Okay, thank you. No, I have to think about that. Do it all or do some of it, you know? So, okay. Yeah, right. I asked for the whole length. I wasn't thinking that. I was about $60,000 off, so. But my council, we do need to do something there, especially where this water problem is. The whole alley needs work. Okay, number one, it does. It's a terrible, terrible alley, the whole thing.
That's what we looked at. It's got subcut and all.
Yeah.
Take it all out, we grade it and shape it.
It's not the only alley in town that's really bad. These alleys are now 25 years old, 25 to 20 years old here, 20 to 25. So they've lasted a long time through all the frost and the heavy weight driving down them. So they've done a good job holding up all these years, and they need to be revisited and redone, some of them. So I think most of that alley could be done at that phase at some other point in time. But just a little bit farther past this property and around the corner to alleviate that water coming into his, can we move on and see how much that would cost then?
Break it down.
Can break it down?
Just around the corner.
Go around the corner and up into the next property halfway maybe, you know what I mean? So make sure that water from the city does not enter that property. Well, break it down somehow?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, let's break it down so we can get, alleviate the problem, and then we'll get the other part of the alley done with a major, some other council, hopefully some other time, not too far down the road, because they aren't in a bad shape, these alleys, but I thought maybe they were done poorly or cheap wise, but they've lasted a long time for Minnesota. So I think they've done their job. But right now, we ain't got that kind of money to put into that. But we want to make sure that property owner is putting a new garage on it, doesn't have the same problem of water that we are kind of like helping create. So we want to take care of that problem. Okay, John? Give us another number here for the council to look at, and hopefully that can be done before winter too, all right?
We have something for the next meeting.
Okay.
Next item is in the agenda package, we wrote a summary on the well. A memo to the council on the wells. We got 2 quotes. Sam got 2 quotes for, earlier this year. One to clean wells, one of the Peterson drilling to do some improvements to wells number 3 and 4. Whether the reduced production of each of the wells. And the cost of the 2 was significantly different. One was providing new pumps, while the other one was for the salvage and reuse the existing pumps. So they both found their great cost to the good. I mean, right now, not only if we need new pumps or we can salvage the other one, they both proposed, first thing to do was do a pump test and televise the wells. And talking to Sam, we have to choose to do well number 4 first. And so there's some big numbers here, but doing the test pump and televising well number 4 is the, I think, priority working, and once we get those results, what needs to be done as far as the cleaning of the existing. If it's possible, we move on to the next phase. That's what we would recommend. We got 2 quotes. One clean well was $4,600, and Peterson drilling was $5,300 for that. All testing and cleaning the wells. I don't know if Sam has a preference of, I was talking in detail about that, if we have Peterson's well, clean well, or something.
Sam, you got something?
I guess I do not. I don't have anything on that. I can barely hear what John was saying.
He was asking, do you have a preference of the companies doing this testing?
I mean,
Televising.
do I? I do not. I don't know who does it. I know when I got the price from Peterson Well Drilling, they have a guy they use all the time that does it. And, when I talked to Thielen company. I don't know if they have something in-house or not. I don't know. So to me, it doesn't matter, just so we get the results and we get it shows how bad the scaling is on the screens, and that's what's nice about it.
Well, I don't see nothing, no price given here on my sheet there for televising from Peterson.
Here's the second page to my memo. It has the two columns, Steve Well and Peterson Water.
Yeah,
The second page, that one.
Pump and televise.
televised, but I have no price given on that one, you? Right?
Yeah, no, not individually anyway.
On the televised well line, on Peterson, there is no price. $1,600 on Thean well. I have no price from Peterson on televising, but I think the council, huh?
I got the breakdown, my memo was 2 pages, Jim, they didn't get that?
The second page. That's the second page I have.
But no price given.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But it says under televised well, there's no price given under Peterson.
There's both wells, the first pump test, clean existing well, televised, installed for well 3.
Yeah,
We're talking about well 4 though, the next set of numbers. The first line item is pump test and televised well.
Oh, all right.
$600,
oh, yeah.
and Peterson was $5,300.
Okay, you have televised well, yeah, and pump test, that's one line. Yeah, I see it. Well, I have no, well, we have to, I don't know if we have to take the lowest bidder because it's still under 25,000. I have nothing against either one, I guess. So I would say we do it, and since Thean is $700 cheaper, I guess we got to take that bid, quote, right? Pump test and televised, let's start there, Liz. We have to start somewhere with one well before the end of this year and then do another one next year. So I would recommend the council award the pump test and televise to start with, and then come back with more, if more work to be done than any other, then we'll get to the other parts of the bid here. Yeah, all right?
I'll make a motion to go with Thean for $4,600 and for pump test and televise of well 4.
I'll second it.
Been a move by Councillor Scanzi, supported by Councillor Leone to approve the pump test and televised well from Thean Well for pump number 4, well number 4 for $4,600 as being the low quote or bid versus Peterson Drilling for $5,300. Any more discussion? And then after we get this report back after testing and televising, we will move forward on other parts of this, get this well back in original order where it's supposed to be pumping out the right gallons per minute.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask a question here on this?
Sure.
Why don't we go to have them do the whole thing, cleaning or televising and then cleaning also? Why are we just doing half of it when we know our pump volume is down and we know it needs to be cleaned also? The televising was just the first part of it, and we should do all of it. You know, whether it's Thielen or Peterson, we should do all of it, award the full bid, and go forward with the full project. then we're not bringing it back to you guys. Like I say, we know that the pump volume is down from our notes every day when we log. So it would just be moving along the process rather than bringing it back to you guys for you guys to approve again.
John, you want to talk on that?
Well, the issue is that the price on the next page between FEMA and Peterson is really substantially different. One's 11,000, the other's 26,000. And I think both of them may have made some assumptions on maybe what kind of shape the screen was in or whatever, so.
Well,
Awarding it to Theme, well, I understood talking to Assembly, they were gonna be out there for a couple of days trying to clean the well. I think Peterson's done some cleaning of the wells out there in the past, so they had a little bit more experience on what to expect on the build the well. However, we still weren't sure what kind of shape the screen was in, and that's why we thought we should,
Okay.
look at televised first. That was our thought process. If the numbers were a little bit closer, it might be, easier to,
Yeah.
get the lower bidder, but
yeah.
there's a substantial price difference between the two.
Well, Sam, you okay with that?
I guess if that's the way the council wants to go with it, that's totally fine. It's just, yeah, that's fine.
Well, we're gonna do them all, but we're doing it in steps here, okay?
Yep, that's fine.
But we're talking about well number 4 now, or well number 3. Which one are we talking about?
Well, number 4.
Yeah. And John, you talked, that other part, you talked about number 3, but anyway, they're the same almost anyway, so,
It's been well number 4.
yeah, yeah. I don't think we're losing much, they're not gonna pull a pump out on televising, are they?
I believe that.
Well.
There's some downtime to allow.
Okay, so let's revisit this. We're in a discussion mode. So why? We're gonna save 16 grand if we just clean and well. Well, see, here's the thing. By televising and pump testing, we can determine if we should have a brand new thing, right?
Possibly.
Yeah, versus cleaning it and spending that money cleaning. And then wasting that money, right? Oh,
Because one of them actually provided a cost to drill a new well.
yeah. Well, let's take it in steps that you put out here, one step at a time. And hopefully this will all get done before the end of the year, right? Or it can be done in the winter time as well, so,
Like to get it done next fall.
yeah. So let's do it as we are doing right now in steps with the pump test and televise, and we'll go from there. Any more discussion?
No.
Councilor Skinsich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye, motion carries. All right. Okay,
Last item that I've got that we've been working on is this trail issue by the restaurant over on Upper Dakota. I understand what the issue is that it slopes towards the parking lot. It's been like that for
Yeah.
20 years. Apparently there's some washouts in the parking lot that the owners would like city to address by changing the slope of the trail and the slopes towards the parking lot and the slope towards the street.
okay,
I
yeah,
don't know if that's really the solution there because there's also a water issue coming from the corner by the Dakota on Broadway. I don't think that's gonna be interested with their project this fall, or actually, I don't know if it'll be this fall or not, but they're just, no, trying to regrade that trail and slope it towards the street is the solution, because I think the water's coming more from the Broadway intersection as opposed to just that little bit of water that you can come off of that part of the trail.
Let me briefly try to summarize the situation there for the council. That was all, the whole block is owned by City of Gilbert at one time. It was all, nothing there. The trail came in to put the trail in. I don't even know Dakota Avenue was what it is now. It was redone at one point there with the OHV park, road. So the trail came in, the City of Gilbert agreed with the trail. The trail is almost like a city sidewalk right next to the curb. It's in a city right away. If we were to sell that 25 years ago, that trail was in the city sidewalk easement. It would have been on a future property owner's property. Okay? We okayed the trail just like we'd okay a sidewalk. But the trail people put the trail in, the Sabi Trail. They paid for that blacktop. And they had, why they tilted it over into the grassy area. At that time there was no buildings there at that time or parking lot or anything like that. But it's in the city sidewalk right away. Okay, the businesses came and then one or two owners now, and now it's a problem of washing the parking lot out. They spent a lot of money fixing the parking lot, not paving the parking lot, but redoing the dirt in there to make it level. They had a lot of ruts. Right now, I went by there's a lot of ruts from the water. Like you said, maybe it's coming from that area you're talking about. There's something washing out that area, but it's putting gullies in that area. And I understand the business owner concern that maybe getting complaints by customers driving over these gullies that are washouts. And they want that rectified. So yeah, I still think, I don't think we get the Mesabi Trail involved. It's a city kind of like sidewalk. Look at it that way. I think half of it, if you made it half, would be half blacktopped, 60 feet would be good, or else that area you're talking about, not having that water get down that far, keep it back further. It might help. I think still the water that's going to hit that area is going to wash that out. So I think the council should look into a 3-foot by 60-foot patch on that thing to make it level and make it level so there's no slanting going into that property.
Is there a drain in the corner?
No drain. No.
If we put a drain in the corner before the sidewalk,
Something should happen.
wouldn't that solve the problem? Water would,
That's what I'm seeing. I don't know exactly what, MnDOT's doing something with that corner. I'm not exactly sure of that. I don't know if that's gonna help, but I guess I don't have a good answer for what to do down there, right? Today, I'd rather spend some time, working with Sam and the property owner and really trying to figure out how to solve it. I mean, it's been like that for
yeah.
15 years or whatever. It's been like that. And I see where, if we raise the trail up and tilt it towards the road, I mean, that's gonna take a lot of fill to fill in the parking lot behind it.
I just want to make the trail a little bit better. It's not that much, even out the trail. Okay, can you and Sam go talk with the property owner and see again? I think we did this. You haven't talked to him, but Sam has, and the trail people have, because I sent them down there. I'm just saying the business has a complaint. They have a legitimate complaint. And I think something needs to be done. I don't know what the solution is, but something needs to be done. They have a legitimate complaint. So that's all I'm saying. That's my point of view on the situation. They have a legitimate.
Agenda, we'll keep, we'll figure something out.
Okay. And as far as Wasabi Trail, again, if it was mine blasted out of there, just different story. What do we have to? It's a minor fix. It's not a major fix. Any major fixes they need some involvement with us on it. Okay. And we can't put no blacktop on top because we got bikers going across. We cannot. We got to make it as doable ride yet. We can't be putting gutters in and you know what I mean, or directing it or the water somehow by putting a bump up there. But let's get by the next meeting. Can we get something? Okay, John. Anybody in council have anything? Are y'all all with me on this thing?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'm also hearing what John says. So rather than just throw that, you know, we talked about, I think the last meeting or whichever meeting it was, about just trying to direct the water past that. But as John stated, though, it might be something further up that's washing it out. So we're not curing a problem. We're maybe creating a different problem down up forward or behind it.
Well, it's still slanted, so whatever rain is coming on that part goes, but is it enough to wash out? No, maybe the washout is from the force from up above, you know. But there's a problem and they're not happy with it. They've asked the city to look into it. That's what we got to do. All right? It's coming from this way. Not that act of God. Okay, I'm glad, Counselor, you okay with this? Everybody go and check it out, get a solution for this thing? Huh? Okay. I just want to make sure I give everybody a chance to, and I know my thing went, I'm going to have somebody talk here because we got bumped out again. I see, got bumped out again. Okay. Oh, I'm up there yet now, huh?
You're frozen up there.
Am I froze up there?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Am I bumped out?
There you go.
Huh?
Yep.
I'm bumped out? Okay. All right. I'm going to go back in here, but anything else from John there? Alley behind Broadway, we talked about that. Wasabi Trail, well, cemetery update. And John, at a meeting tomorrow. Again, we talked earlier today. I mean, we got Louisiana. When the highway department moves on the other side of the road, we got to make sure we can do that. And the upper first block of Nebraska and all those alleys. I mean, there's a lot of work they can do yet.
Yeah, they got about 2 months window yet this year.
Mhm.
You know, I think we need to focus on lower Michigan area because that's the CDBG money.
Yeah.
But, you know, lower Louisiana, just go get it coordinated. We can do some things before MnDOT can do theirs and vice versa. MnDOT's got to do stuff first and city follows.
Well, from the highway to the alley on these 4 blocks, they got to do that now while we got that open down there and closed off.
In Virginia.
Well, I know whatever streets above the 4 blocks we're working on right now, highway department. Whatever's from that alley down needs to be done while they're on this upper end right now.
One of the meetings where I'll make things start. I think MnDOT's traffic controls are going to change as they work on different parts of the project.
Yeah.
I don't know, that traffic control is going to be detoured like that for a long time. You want to start doing some other storms, they're almost on the storm sewer work and that down on that end. So, well, that's what can get coordinated.
Well, I'm just saying, my view is it's open up, it's exposed right now from the street up to the alley, whatever our obligation is should be looked at. So, you know what I mean? Before they blacktop it and covered it up, before you move to another. Because it's all,
Yep, we'll get it, that's the intent of the meeting tomorrow. Start planning, coordinating what we're gonna do up this year.
okay, all right. Give you the dominoes of Israel on it. You guys are gonna do it. We're gonna log in here somehow. I don't know. Okay. Zoom. Okay, who else can we have talk? We have, are we all done with John? Everybody okay with John? I got it. Okay. John's okay, but also we have Police Chief Ty Teacher. Ty.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. A couple items. The first item I guess we'll discuss is the, I believe, Administrator Paulson provided you with the Gilbert Blight list. We initially did 71 initial investigations, I should say letters. As of 4 o'clock this afternoon or 3 o'clock this afternoon, Megan went around and hit all the properties again. And it appears that 35, which just under 50% of the properties are compliant. Guess I'm looking for direction from the council of, at this point, do you want us to turn the other 36 non-compliant properties over to Scott Engelstead, who had volunteered to go and do follow-ups on whether or not people need help removing stuff or do an assessment. I guess I'm just looking for direction, what you would like to have done.
I don't have a password here. No password. I'm sorry, Ty. You said she's done now or no?
Yeah, so she went through and she did all the follow-up on the properties the last 2 days. These are the properties that the list that are compliant and the ones that are non-compliant. It appears that, like I said, about half are compliant. I'm just looking for direction from the council on, is this when you want me to turn the non-compliant list over to Scott Engelstead to do the follow-ups, or what the council's wishes are?
The compliant ones, you're saying they've done what they're supposed to be doing?
Correct, yes. 35 of them are in compliance right now.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think the rest of them, we get Scott going and then get that task force together and see what the next plan is with you, you know. If these people need help, I don't know if she asked them if they wanted help or not, or needed help. So I think the task force could do that too, so.
Yep.
No, we got to, I think council is okay with proceeding. Moving on with this blight situation and will you get, I talked to Scott briefly and he's ready to go. It's whenever we ask him to start, so.
Okay, so I can get this list to him tomorrow and he can start going through and at least approaching the individuals and having a conversation with them. And I guess then he could be in contact with the council on where they want to proceed. So like I said, from our standpoint, from the police department standpoint, the only other avenue that we have is to issue blight citations. I'm sure the city attorney would be less than enthused to see 36 properties that aren't in compliance, because that's quite a few cases to prosecute. But hopefully Scotty can get those alleviated a little bit before and get that number into at least half, if not even better than that. So.
Okay, I would like to add, I'm asking you to have Scott meet with you and a city attorney and Jim here on the COVID to update yourselves on COVID stuff, you know?
Yep.
And ask Brian what he can or cannot do, you know?
Yep.
and get the task force involved. I give you some names. I can give you the names. I got 4 of us. Okay, and Scotty will be 5. Get a meeting together anyway on, like I just said, between the task force, Jim, Brian, and see what we can do here, okay?
Yep.
And then, and what we can't do, all right? Let's get that meeting going first, all right?
Sounds good.
Because we just want to send Scotty in harm's way or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
gotta make sure we, and have city, make sure the city's covered. Scotty has to have some direction from the city attorney on this, okay? What I'm getting at. And you, and then the task force, so we know what's, what we're looking for, and how soon we're looking for it. And again, I want to make sure the people, if the people need some help, I would like to know what the help is. And that's where the task force may come in and have to do some labor, you know?
Yep.
So what do you think on that?
Yep, we can work on that. We'll get together here and hopefully get something put together.
You'll get them together and you'll let me know.
Yeah, I'll talk to Sky tomorrow and see what works in his schedule, and then we'll look at what administrators Paulson's schedule is, and we'll try to work something out and get it taken care of, get it moving.
And with Brian on the phone or something, on conference or something? Or else he can make it. Like I say, let's have that meeting first before we go out, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
The second thing I have is have had conversations with Sam Laudiger in regards to stop signs on Summit Street. We've put a squad up on Summit Street approximately since the last council meeting. Actually, each officer has been expected to sit up on Summit Street at least 1 hour per shift and work traffic enforcement. We've written a couple tickets for traffic violations, specifically at Michigan and Summit Street. But I believe we only have about 12 or 13 traffic stops up there over the last couple of weeks. Surprisingly, and I sat up there for a few hours over the last 2 weeks, a couple of rolling stops, but a majority of them are actually pretty good. Only a couple are real blatant. Obviously, with the yield signs, it's tough to enforce the yield signs because as vehicles are crossing, they unless there's a vehicle there, they don't have to yield. They can go through 30 miles an hour as long as there's no vehicles present. So if there's a vehicle present, you really can't make a traffic stop for violation unless there's an actual vehicle there. So we mostly worked the Ohio Avenue areas. I'm sorry, Iowa, Summit Street in Michigan, and Summit in Dakota were the 3 spots that we targeted. So we didn't find as many violations. Like I said, again, we were working generally from 2 in the afternoon till about 7, 8 o'clock at night, just depending on who was working. Didn't see quite as many violations as we had thought we would, but there's definitely a lot more traffic going across that road. So talking to Sammy, I think we're going to put some stop signs up from basically Wisconsin, Minnesota, across that way, just for a trial period and see how it works. And then we'll make our way back towards the south, towards the 500 and 600 blocks of Summit Street South. So unless the council has another suggestion for us, I guess.
Okay. Sandra? You put me in? I mean, I'm waiting to be joined here.
Yeah, me too.
And Counselor Leone too. Okay,
Oh, I'm back in. It looks
we gotta do it again now.
I hear others.
That's That's the audio one, right? Yeah.
Okay, Ty, that's a really good report. I think, yeah, those are two good places for our stop sign. I don't know, Nebraska might be another one yet, but we'll see how the gates, how are the gates situation? Hopkins Park, is somebody building them or?
I do not know what's going on with the gates. I think the gates are being left for now because of the water tower right now with all the construction stuff, with the painting and stuff, but I don't know where we're at with the gates.
Mr. Mayor, that's on my plate. I gotta call Century Fencing, and also I gotta make a phone call to Keller Fencing to get a quote on pricing out gates so we can bring them back to council. Hopefully I can have that in the next 2 weeks for the next agenda meeting.
Okay, thank you. I like the blight list, very concise, and it's just too bad we have 3 full pages or 4, like you said. I like the idea of the patrolling where you made some arrests. Maybe made some examples up there that we are serious about stopping the speeding going on up there. Going to show some more with the addition of the stop signs that we are serious about curbing this speed situation on Summit Street. So one step at a time, and thank you for continuing on, and don't drop the ball on the gates. They need to be put in summer or winter. Too much activities going on up there that shouldn't be going on, and there's not necessary to be up there in the first place. So. Especially with the behavior that's been going on up there. So we don't want to drop the ball on the gates. How's the council feel with that report by police chief? Real good, huh?
Yeah, I like that. We're start moving forward with their stop signs and, like you say, gates at some point. So
yeah.
No, it's good.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, Ty, anything else?
That's all I have of the council.
As far as we did, there was a story about our cliff diving. We'll know more about that. We have a presentation coming up, I think, next meeting by Jim.
Yeah, the 22nd for the Sherwood Forest Recreational Area Master Plan.
I hope, Ty, you'll make that meeting.
Yep.
And the council will be here, because that's after that meeting, then we'll make more sense on what we should do with this situation down there.
And I can say that Mother Nature has stepped in and helped us out, and I think we're good for the next 9 months.
Too cold to jump in the water?
I don't get jump anymore.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so by next spring, hopefully the city has a plan of rectifying that situation down here one way or the other, okay?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna go back to Sam. I forgot, he has this addition that he needs to talk about. Sam?
Yeah, the addition for the hardware and for a couple of the doors at the water plant. This was when they first came out with the bid, they were to replace, or they were to reuse the old hardware on these 2 doors. Well, the old hardware was junk and it wasn't very good. It was actually broken on one of the doors. So there was no way of reusing it for the new doors. So I had to give us a quote for the new putting 2 new doorknobs on, and also keying them the same as what we got, and then some thresholds and stuff to seal up the doors. So that's what is presented to you for $1,267.
Who? This is Shank Constructors.
Yep, Shank is the one who has the bid to work on the water plant safety upgrades. And they're pretty much complete. There's about 3 or 4 punch list items that they are going to do in the next couple weeks. So,
Okay, I recommend the council go ahead and with this purchase of $1,267 to address this door situation at the water plant.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilor Skinsett, supported by Councilor Leone, to go ahead and approve the $1,267 quote to help do the door hardware situation at the water plant as recommended by the Public Works Director, Sam Lotiger. Any more discussion? Councilor Skinsett, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Overstar, aye. Motion carries 3-0. Okay, Sam, you're approved to go.
thank you.
All right, thank you.
As far as an update, I don't know if you want me to do an update on everything. Are you going to skip me?
Oh, yes, I do have something before we move on. Yeah, we started tree trimming.
No, I did contact Right Tree Service, and I have to make a list on the tree trimming, what we got to do, and I have them planned coming into town sometime the end of September, beginning of October, as of now, for about 2 to 3 weeks. So it's going to start in the next 2 to 3, or probably, like I say, October, sometime in October, they'll come into town. So,
Okay, all right.
but yeah, I just started driving through the alleys to make my list, and I've been looking at the list of people I have too. So that's one of the things I got going on. Like I say, the other thing is I need to get some quotes for the gates up at the park that I mentioned already. They started construction of the substation back here. They're actually currently doing some digging right now. They got overall, it sounds like they do a subcut of the whole area, 2 to 3 feet down, get out all the debris and haul in new stuff. So that's what they're doing now. So they did start the substation today. The progress on that.
That's good.
The water tower, I was up there for the construction meeting today. It sounds like the inside is all painted up and ready to go. There's a couple of tests they got to do here. So I think we'll see. It's like a 7-day test or so. I believe the test has to be done when it's warmer out though, so they had to hold off. So there, hopefully we'll be looking at putting water in that tank in about 14 days, they figure. The outside is not completely painted, as you can see. There's some areas that do have 2 coats, and most areas have 1 coat. So overall, that's what they're going to be working on the next couple weeks. I believe that's what they figured on the outside too, was about 2 weeks. So we're looking pretty good on that end up there. One thing they got, they only had about 6 days of weather. It sounded like they stated at the construction meeting. So they're doing good, and they're ahead of schedule up there. So just wanted to give you guys a little update on that.
Okay, question on the water tanks. Just briefly, I've got people asking me why Gilbert needs 2 water tanks.
Why does Gilbert need 2 water tanks? Because of our elevation area. The elevation on upper Indiana is a lot higher And being that when Gilbert, I suppose, built that one, it was cheaper to build a tank rather than have a pressurized system. So they built a tank. The thing is our elevation on our ground reservoir isn't high enough to feed the people up on top of the hill. So I suppose back in the, like I say, the late 70s, when they started building higher on the hill, or I should say early 70s, maybe 60s, or higher on the hill, they decided to build a taller tank. So that's all I know.
Okay, I had to get that question out there and answered, and hopefully people are watching, so they got the answer there now. That's what
Yeah.
I thought it was myself. I've heard that because of the elevation, more pressure for those people on the top end of Gilbert up there, Indiana Avenue, and those other ones, no pressure. So therefore, the high tower tank was put in, and alleviates that problem, and that's why we need two tanks. We have
Right.
And that underground tank, I brought it up to John in case you forget in conversation. I don't think that ceiling or the roof of the underground tank should be repaired. Yes, with the repairs, but I think like there's wastewater plant down below, those domes. I think a dome ceiling roof should be put on that underground tank. That alleviate people probably snowmobiling over the top of that thing, or even monkeying around with it. You know what I'm saying?
The biggest thing, and I'm with you on that, Mr. Mayor, the biggest thing with that would be to keep the water off of it. One thing that really hurts that tank is in the springtime when you get the freeze and thaw area. I know you probably looked at the pictures, and you've seen where it's starting to spall out. And that's from frost or freezing and thawing of water. It's getting embedded in that concrete, and it's popping it as it freezes. So yeah, that's it's a great idea. You know, I thought about it before, of some type of tank, but it's just trying to find somebody that will put something up there, and the cost might be a little bit more to do that.
I think it's worth it to put that dome like we have down at the wastewater plant on those other ingesters and all the digesters and stuff.
Right.
Something like that, you know. I think it'd be a real good improvement there. So don't forget bringing that up in all the talks with KLM on that.
Yes, I will. Other than that, I really don't have a report. I know we're just starting to switch over to our fall stuff. We got a lot of cleanup. We started doing some hydrant flushing around town here, so there might be some brownish water for some residents. Just let us know, and we'll let you run the water. I guess at city, we'll talk to City Hall. We'll let you run the water for a little bit and take some of the extra costs off your bill. But other than that, like I say, we've been pretty busy.
The water shutoffs that some homeowners have got letters, that is from you or the contractor?
That was from us. That was from the city. Yeah, we put those out because we had to shut the water off because of we had to add a valve in down on the Florida crossing. That was last Tuesday is when we did that.
Okay, so that won't be the last time. There'll be many others, I'm sure.
Well, there's going to be a few others, more so next year. I don't think they're doing any other water crossings this year. It's mostly going to be next year. The only thing is with phase 2 project, we might be getting into some water shutoffs, but I don't think that'll be this year. It'll be more next year, maybe.
All right. Okay, just want to get that out there for all the folks that are watching. or watch our meetings on TV. Okay. All right. Thanks, Sam.
Yep.
Don't forget that holiday light up there. Holiday.
Yeah, I know. I could give a little report on that too. I'm kind of waiting for the state on that. I touched base last week with them, and because it's somewhat in the right of way, it's got to go through their process of permitting. So as much as I tried to move it towards the holiday parking lot is where I put it. Else we got to meet their specs. So, that might be where if you wanted to get it closer to that intersection, it might be meeting their specs where we might have to buy a breakaway pole or whatever. So, and then I know there's an agreement that we would have to sign for the permit, just stating that we're going to be taking care of the light pole and doing all the maintenance to it. So, but that's coming up here too. So I'm also waiting on that because the guy I was dealing with is currently on vacation for the next week and a half. So hopefully I'll see something in the next couple of weeks.
Very good. As long as we got you before we let you go, the power extension request, that's all underground wiring, right?
Yeah, that would all be underground wiring. We would run it from the power pole in the alley on Hill Street, and then run it to the corner like it shows on the picture, and then we would end up putting a underground transformer in front of the two new houses on Michigan there.
Okay, so there's no poles, no upper wiring or nothing. It's all underground
Yep.
because that area is underground wiring up there.
Yes, it is.
All right, so yeah, other than that, yeah, I think I can't do the spartification ordinance tonight reading because we don't have 4 votes on the council, so we're going to be tabling that. All right, and the training request, you're okay with that?
Yes.
She didn't want to go. Something happened with the last training we okayed, not necessary, but this one is necessary. Okay. Some switch up anyway, so we're going to do this one instead of the one we approved last meeting, right?
Yes, I guess so.
Yeah. All right. So other than that, I think Sam can be. Anybody else need anything for Sam? Or should we keep him on?
Keep them on.
Keep him on. Okay. Jim says keep you on.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Library, Sue the boss. How you doing?
Awesome.
All right.
Always awesome. I have to say, I heard you say about the audit, and I do not have a copy, so they can't get it from the library yet, but I know Sandra will get me a copy, I'm sure. And then I can have, if anyone asks, I can get it to them.
Okay, we'll do that, right? Library always has a copy. Huh?
Yeah, since it was just approved tonight, it had to be approved before we could post it. So it's coming.
You know, if they hear him say it, they're going to say it by tomorrow, so we'll wait. And then I have to say that our requests are going very well. We get in requests from all the libraries in the area to give to people who've made the requests. And we usually get over 20 requests just from our little library alone to pass on for our people in Gilbert and for those in the ALS system. And that's consistent. Today it was over 40 requests to get out into the area. So we've been getting more and more requests, and it's going very well with people and their pickups or handing it out to go with the couriers. And now with opening up to scheduled computer training for computer use. And then now a couple of other libraries are starting to open. I'm not going to throw that at you right this minute, but it's something to start considering. And other than that, we're doing really well, and hope to have some requests from you guys.
Oh, I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad we're open, kind of like right there, right?
Yep.
People have been asking me, I said, yeah, we're open. And so I gave them your phone number because I know you want appointments or something like that, right?
Yes, I do.
Yep. Okay. So that's a message I've been giving to everybody. And I'm glad to see we're almost kind of like normal. So, yeah. Anybody got anything for Sue also?
No.
Oh. Well, thank you, and continue to tell everybody there, thank you for all the great work, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Campground directors, John and Barb. How you doing?
We're doing good. Just got off a very busy Labor Day weekend. So we were totally full, had a good weekend. We're looking at, we've got 4 more weekends to go, closing October 4th this year. And our weekends are still busy. It seems like during the week now we're going to start slowing down a bit, just the fall season. But otherwise, everything's been going really good.
Have we met? I don't think we had a month short, so I don't think we ever going to come close to last year, but what do you think?
No, it's going to be close. It's been really good. So just by missing that 1 month, it's not going to be too, our income has been really good actually this year, all things considered. Much better than we had anticipated.
So John, our engineer, is going to get another quote for that one office building, so we can get that done yet before before Halloween anyway, all right?
That sounds good.
Okay.
We had Peterson Fence and Roofing here today, and they were measuring up the building, and you should have that quote, I'm hoping, shortly.
At least when the snow melts off that roof, you won't have water in the spring in there. Well, if we get it done before that time, so.
Right. But otherwise, that's all we have, unless anybody has any questions for us.
I think Jim has something there. He's got his hand on the button.
Wait for my turn, Mayor.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for all the work you guys are doing over there. I think next meeting, I think we have some report from the commission for some things to act on, maybe. Well, we have that bar presentation. Hopefully you will be here for that.
Okay.
Show over our plans for the campground. That's next meeting, the 25th, 22nd. 22nd. Yeah, 5:15. Please be here for that, for input on virtual or whatever, right? Which one was it?
Either way.
I think we got enough room for the council and the bar and commission and you folks, okay? Come here, because there's gonna be a map to be laying out here, okay?
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna be able to see that from where you're at. So if you can be here at 5:15 on the 22nd.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right?
All right.
All right. Anybody else got anything? Remember, we were here the last time, me and Councilor Leone? Remember that? Yeah. Okay, we have another one of those meetings, okay?
Okay.
Jim was here, and Mr. Shaga too, maybe. It'll be about public notice on that, right? But then if it's public notice, then we have to do the COVID plan as far as distancing and all, and the number of people allowed. So
There won't be the hearing notice. It'll be the agenda item. So I'll double check with Bar to see how they want to handle that.
okay. All right, nothing else then, huh, John, Barb?
No, we don't have anything else, not that I can think of.
All right, thank you, and thanks for being patient, and if you want to leave, you can leave then, all right? Excuse?
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, see ya. All right, Executive Administrator Clerk Jim Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. Just the agenda item, MnDOT schedule update. MnDOT's been giving us weekly schedules. We've been posting them on the bulletin boards outside of City Hall, and I think we'll start including them in the council packets. I think it's this time it was 2 pages, so it's not too bad. So, but I did ask Doug if he had any updates, and everything appears to be on schedule. So we'll, like I said, continue to get those updates and post them. And other than that, it's just agenda items.
Okay, everything looks on schedule. Okay. Good to hear, because I'm getting kind of worried here. They haven't moved over on the other side, or can't move on the other side till we can drive on this side. So, but patience. All right, we're all done with staff, boards, and commissions. We have acknowledged the boards, commissions, minutes of the Cemetery Advisory Board minutes of August 4th, 2020.
Mayor, with those minutes, the council has already discussed the recommendations. As you can see, this from October 4th. So there's nothing new. Just the board approved the minutes, so it comes to the council to acknowledge. Thank you.
All right, just recommendations have been gone over. Approve the minutes, August 4th. And I thank all the boards and commissions for doing their duty as boards and commissioners, attending these meetings, even with the COVID situation, and getting the city's business done. So I want to thank them. So we want to move on to, okay, in the minutes that we received and accept the minutes.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Motion by Councillor Skensmith, supported by Councillor Leone, to accept the Cemetery Advisory Board minutes of August 4th, 2020. Any more discussion? Councillor Skensmith, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councillor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Overster, aye. Motion carries. We should move a little quicker now. Wastewater treatment plan update. I don't think we have Mr. Stanek. He's LaFawn on. Is he on?
No, Mayor. Ron did inform me he was not going to be able to make this meeting. He did say that Sam and John would be able to answer questions the council may have. And the big issue on the monthly project update was the item number 3, request council approval for a change order. Documentation is attached, and the change order is to install a 96-inch diameter manhole and 36 linear feet of 60-inch diameter RCP pipe, backfill, and compact fill material at existing open ditch in the amount of $58,883. PFA funding has approximately $300,000 remaining in contingency that is available. And once again, questions. Ron had said Sam and John should be able to answer whatever questions come up.
Okay, well, we have 2 bids on this thing, right? This is a bid away from the contractor that's there. It can't be bid by somebody else, huh?
No, this is a change order for a Maggie as a general contractor.
Okay.
He's got a quote attached to his subcontractor.
Oh, okay.
It's not 2 bids,
Okay.
it's Maggie's subcontractor.
All right, that's good. I understand now, because otherwise I think, how did Magny, how did he get away from, yeah, I got her now. Okay. So reviewing the manhole and the reasoning why, I would recommend we go ahead and approve this change order, get it done. Right, John?
Primary purpose of it is to go from the lower level of the waste treatment plant, get to the upper side. You've got to go on the east side of the plant, and you've got a retaining wall. It's pretty steep over there. Filling in this ditch or extending culvert and filling in the ditch. The operators will be able to get up to that upper hill a lot easier.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're basically left with that out on the highway and come back in. On Highway 135.
So kind of a safety item also.
What did you say? What'd you ask, Jeremy?
No, just, it's kind of a safety item also.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay, if we, I think we're all okay with it, we can make a motion on it.
I'll make a motion for this change order.
I'll second it.
Moved by Counselor Skenzich, supported by Counselor Leone to approve the change order of $58,883.45 for the work that's recommended by city engineer. Any more discussion? Counselor Skenzich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Counselor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye. Motion carries. Okay, Jim?
All right, thank you, Mayor. And the second item under the wastewater treatment plant update is the certificate of substantial completion. And once again, with Ron not being here, I think we should table this to the next council meeting.
Absolutely. The list, I don't know if it's growing or. I know Ron understands our position here with the city with the operation of the plant. But this punch list, there's so many things on that punch list that even I can understand that they're of importance. They're not just minor things that have been left undone. I think there are a lot of important things that should have been done and have not been done. And I think the message better get through to somebody that we are not going to approve this substantial completion until there is a big, all of these things got to be done almost. I don't know how we can get that message across. It's not just like doing the carpentry work and then leaving a mess and leaving, you know what I mean? This is some important stuff here. Like those rods are not even in yet. We went to spend a couple of months deliberating over these rods, and I see them on the list here yet. Holy moly. No, this is, it's always like that. I mean, I don't know what the leverage of the city has other than saying we're not happy, please get them done, and let's finish this job right, okay? That's all I can say. Please, let's finish this job right for the people of Gilbert. We spent a lot of money on this project. We deserve to get it done right, and everything done, not things left undone. Even though there are probably not a heck of a lot of money, monetary value in there, but they are needed and done, supposed to be done. So without any more to say, I think we table this again, and we're going to keep on tabling it until we see improvements in this punch list. Oh, we need an official table though.
Move to table.
I'll second it.
Moved by Councillor Skenzich, supported by Councillor Leone to table to request to approve the certificate of substantial completion at the wastewater treatment plant. Any more discussion? No. Councillor Skenzich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councillor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye. Motion carries 3-0. Jim, you gave us a Highway 37 update, right, already? So we're done. Nobody, any other questions for that? We had a good high tower update by our Public Works Director, and everybody looked at their packet. They had a good description of all the work that's been done. A lot of good work done in there. Very happy with all that progress. How about Councilor? You happy with all that progress?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No need to. Sanitation contract retransfer. We have The transfer of, was okayed by council. And I suppose all the paperwork's have been reviewed by Brian, and we're okay to go to transfer Gilbert sanitation contract from Tomahawk Ford to Masabi's, to Gardner Environmental Services. Jim, you're okay with everything there?
Yes, Mayor, everything looked good. I did review this with Attorney Lindsay, and there were no issues there. So everything looks in order.
You know what, I think we're good till 2025, January of 2025, or something like that.
I'd have to review the dates, Mayor. I don't think it goes that far.
Yeah, well, 3 more years after 2022, so we're good till 2022 here now, the first contract, and we okayed the extension. Oh, I think it was December 31st of 2024. So we're starting in January 20, somehow. Anyway, we're good for a while there. I'm okay. We already went through this for many different meetings, and it's been all okayed by our legal counsel. Counsel's okay with it. It's okay to transfer from Gilbert sanitation contract that we have now with Tomahawk Ford to Tomahawk Ford and East Masabi Sanitation to Gardner Environmental Services.
I'll move to transfer that Gilbert sanitation contract from Tomahawk over to Gardner Environmental Services.
I'll second it.
The motion by Councillor Skenzis, supported by Councillor Leone, to approve this transfer of our Gilbert sanitation contract from Tomahawk Ford East Masabi Sanitation to Gardner Environmental Services. Upon legal review has been recommended to approve. Any more discussion? Councillor Skenzis, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councillor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye. Motion carries. Okay, we have the Magni and Stantec invoices. I guess we, Jim, we're going to need to approve them. Magni Construction for the period ending August 31st, 2020, in amount of $46,131.11. And Stantec Engineering for period ending August 28th, 2020, in the amount of $11,514.01. This is a regular payment. Now we got one or two more payments left.
Yeah, just a couple more.
Couple more, yeah. Ron, you're okay with recommending of paying this? Recommended by city engineer. Also okay to pay.
I'll move.
I'll second it.
Motion by Councillor Skenzis, supported by Councillor Leone, to approve the invoices for Magni Construction of $46,131.11 and Stantec Engineering of $11,514.01 for the period ending August 31st at the wastewater, for work done at the wastewater treatment plant. Any more discussion? Councillor Skenzis, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councillor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye. Motion carries. Training requests. It's here somewhere. Training request attendance by our wastewater treatment plant operator, Kara. If you use as a city vehicle of $192, and if not, $315.63 needs to be approved for training at conference October 21st, 2020. The 83rd Annual Wastewater Operations 2020 Conference. That's the annual thing. We all get together. It's a big thing.
I'll move to approve it.
At whatever price.
Yeah. Where it's,
Yeah.
however the mileage works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Motion by Councillor Skinsich, supported by Councillor Leone to approve the training requests from Tara Anderson, wastewater treatment plant operator, to attend the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency 83rd Annual Wastewater Operations 2020 Conference, October 21st. And where is this at again?
Lakeville, I think it's.
Lakeville? All right. All right. Any more, Jim, you're okay with all that? So,
Yeah, just a question for our deputy clerk. Sandra, you work with Tara on this. She's going to be spending the night before down there, correct? Okay, I don't see that on the sheet. So depending on how the mileage comes out, if she uses a city vehicle or not, it'll be an extra $98 plus tax onto what's on this sheet.
well, whatever the cost is, up to $500, I guess.
Yep, just making sure the council was aware.
Yeah. Up to $500. You okay with that, Councilor Leone?
Yes.
All right. Councilor Skinsich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Overstreet, aye. Motion carries. Health insurance renewal, Jim.
Thank you, Mayor. The Blue Cross Blue Shield Health Insurance Renewal through the Northeast Service Cooperative is due. In your packet is the health insurance plan effective January 1st, 2021. The renewal for this year reflects a 4.8% increase in premium rates starting January 1st, 2021. And the signed renewal contract is requested for submission by October 1st.
All right. I am all in favor of continuing in this renewal. So I recommend council go ahead and we plan this, we'll put this into our budget for next year and see where we go. But we need to okay this by October 1st. So we signed, I recommend we'll renew it tonight and get the paperwork done by October 1st.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Councillor Skinsich, supported by Councillor Leone to approve the renewal contract with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota for health insurance plan for the city of Gilbert, effective January 1st, 2021, with the 4.8% increase for 2021, which everything needs to be approved by October 1st. Any more discussion? Councillor Skinsich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councillor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Overstreet, aye. Motion carries. Approved. Again, Sparta vacation ordinance, the second reading, followed by the vote. I guess we have to legally, formally table it because we have, we don't have a quorum for that.
I'll move the table.
I mean,
I'll second it.
we don't have, if we have a quorum, but we don't have the 4 votes to approve after the reading because it's time to approve it. Moved by Councillor Skinsich, supported by Councillor Leone to table Sparta vacation ordinance reading, the second reading, till we have a full, need 4 members on the council anyway to be here. Plus it has to be voted by unanimously by 4 of us. So we need probably all 5 of us here to get that done. So. Councillor Skinsich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councillor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye. Motion carries the table. We talked about the power extension request up to the two homes up on Upper Michigan for the Habitat Humanity buildings up there. We need to provide service of electricity to those places, and the underground cable digging was in the amount of let's see here, $11,500 to be put in by Minnesota Power. I recommend we gotta do it, so let's approve it.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Motion by Councillor Skinsich, supported by Councillor Leone to approve the work of $11,500 by Minnesota Power to supply the two homes up on Michigan Avenue power from the city of Gilbert. Motion by Councillor, any more discussion? Councillor Skinsich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councillor Leone?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye. Motion carries 3-0, approving the $11,500 expense. Miscellaneous, anything else on miscellaneous we need to discuss, councilors? Staff? No? All right, approved payment of bills and payroll upon proper order by the clerk and the mayor. Rocky, you want to get in on this one first?
Okay, I'll support it.
We get a motion.
Okay, I'll motion it.
All right, moved by Councilor Leone,
I'll support.
supported by Councilor Skinsich to approve the payment of bills and payroll by the clerk and mayor, proper audit by the clerk and the mayor. I just wanted to change it up because everybody think, holy moly, it's some kind of a.
Ruin my streak.
Yeah. All right. Councilor Leone, how do you vote?
Yeah. Yes.
Councilor Skinsich?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye. Motion carries to approve these bills. Any more? All done. I move to adjourn.
I'll move.
Moved by Councilor Leone,
I'll support.
supported by Councilor Skinsich to adjourn at 8:23. All in favor, Councilor Leone, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilor Skinsich?
Aye.
Mayor Oberstar, aye. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.